So today's diff swap day. We are going to get rid of this broken diff and put in a brand newie. Bring it on. Out here is busted. Tried to chemi weld it, but that didn't work, so see how we go with swapping the whole thing out. First things first, make sure you take out the filler plug first before you take out the drain plug, and then you can drain it easier and fill it up later. Make sure that that's done first. So the filler bolt was 23 mil and the drain is a 24. Crack it and then make sure you've got your drip pan underneath. Beautiful green oil. Once all the oil's drained, jack her up, pull both wheels off, and then we'll get onto the CVs and pull them out, and then hopefully pull the diff out. Here we go. So wheels are off. I'm gonna go and pull out the CVs. This one here is absolutely cooked. So I'll replace both of them while I'm at it. And then we'll get on to pulling those bolts off and see how we go. Get out the CV, we've got to pull off the brake caliper first. Undo the two bolts, one there and one down there. And then pull the hub off and the disc brake off, unbolt the CV and pull her out. Sounds easy. Let's see how Once you've got the brake caliper off, tie it up out of the way, use cable ties or wire, whatever, just so that it's not just hanging there and pulling on the brake leads. If you've got a impact drill, probably the best way to get the axle bolt off. It's a size of a 36, so you're gonna go get a 36 mil socket for it. It's got a crimp notched into it, so you'll need to uncrimp that and then undo it, and hopefully it'll just come straight off. Once that comes off, then you go around the back and make sure that you undo your ABS line and tie it up out of the way, the same thing that you've done with your brake caliper. It's a 12 mil bolt to pull that ABS out, and just tie it up somewhere up there out of the way so it doesn't get damaged. Up out of the way, you're gonna have to undo the nut underneath the upper ball joint, and then we will drop it down and slide out the CV. Pull off the steering arm as well, and then once it's dropped out, that'll slide out from in there, and you'll have to whack the crap out of that so that the pin in there separates from the diff, and hopefully it'll just slide out. And that clip should just slide out. Get it back in there. Slide out, and it should come out, but let's see if we can play with it a bit. Now we're on the passenger side. Driver's side didn't want to come out because there was not enough space to pull the axle out of the diff housing, so probably try and pull off this CV here and then drop the diff out, and then the driver's side CV will come out with it. We're going to start over here with the brake caliper again. Tie it up, same process as that. Drop the upper ball joint off and then pull out the CV passenger side. Instead of pulling the upper ball joint off, I decided to drop the diff drop bracket. Not sure if that's a mistake or not, but we'll see how we go. Okay. I'm gonna have to do a bit of thinking here. This is not coming undone. Thank God for this. Bit of a dodgy angle, but we've got the CV out, passenger side. Now we're gonna pull the vacuum actuator off. So it's just those two top bolts there, if you can see, and then these two here. Pull them off, and then you pull off those two, and hopefully it'll come apart, and then we'll unbolt the diff and bolt the new one back in. Here we go. It's all happening. Just got the vacuum actuator out. See the splines in there, and it's got a double, I don't know what you'd call that, like a hook thingy that goes over the four-wheel drive select collar. So it was a bit of a pain to get out, but we got there with the 4 bolts, and then we had to pull the pin out of there to actually get that out from the back of the diff. Whoa, we're nearly there. Bring it on. So we got the tail shaft off, or the drive shaft. First diff mount. That mount there is the one that was broken. And now we go to the front diff mounts with the jack under it, so that it'll get caught when the last one gets taken off. Almost there. Millimeters. Down. You have to lift it. Yeah, I got it. What's holding it? What do I do? Off? Yeah, okay. Alright, well I've got it if you want to slip out of the way. I think I've got it. Do you have it? If you can. Woohoo! Thanks. So we got the diff out. We got the brackets swapped over, new seals in both sides. Cleaned up that area for the new gasket goo. Next job is to put her back together. Oh, she's still in pieces. Started at 10 o'clock, it's now 6 o'clock. We ran into a bit of a problem. The way that my lift is set up, it requires this bit here of the bracing to be cut out with a grinder like that. So we'll get into that now, and hopefully we can get it back in tonight and then finish it off in the morning. So we're at the start of day 2 of a job that I thought was only going to take half a day. Still in pieces, diff still out. I had to do a bit of cutting last night. Give you a look at the carnage from yesterday. This is what a PK Ranger looks like without a front diff in it. Just make sure that you swap over the breather connection. Otherwise it'll be a tough job when it's back in. So after a bit of fiddling with the spacers and mounts and stuff, so mount there, 3 bolts there, and the one that I had busted at the back that's now not busted. A bit of a fiddle with them with spacing and stuff like that, and we got the new one back in. Now we just got to piece it all back together. Woohoo! Ratchet spanners are the greatest invention of all time. Woohoo! We have a diff in, drive shafts back on, actuators back in, put some gasket goo to seal that actuator. All the mounting bolts are done up tight. Now time to move on to the CVs. Getting there. Put in the new CV, passenger side, went in nicely. See the ABS in there. Got a little helper holding my torch for me. Thanks, Eve. Got the diff drop back in. Time to put the brakes back on. And then move to the other side. Getting there slowly. Having heaps of fun though. Love it. Finally got the driver's side CV in, all snugged up. Oh, feels good. And we are done. Oh, pretty new CVs, new diff. Oh, thank God for that. All finished now. Got both sides CVs in. Took a bit of doing, but we got there. ABS lines back in, brakes are back on. Just have to put the wheels on and then take it for a spin and see how we go. Thank God for that. Wheels are back on. Four-wheel drive works, which is what I was stressed about the most. Make sure you fill it back up with oil. If you have a breather hose, connect your breather hose. Mine's not connected yet. I need to go under and do that. But yeah, all finished from broken diff to no broken diff. Bloody hell, what a job. Awesome. So after 2 days of work, she's all back together. Full drive works. Oh, so keen to hit the tracks. If I have forgotten anything, I'll put it in the description down below. But if you have any questions, put a comment down below and I will get to them as quickly as possible. Thanks, guys.